You look at the page and suddenly the words look like they are swimming underwater. You blink hard. You rub your eyes. You hold the book further away, then closer, but the fog just won't lift. A quiet panic starts to set in, and you find yourself asking a scary question. Is this it? Is this the moment my vision starts to fail me for good? It is a terrifying feeling when you cannot trust your own eyes, especially when you have prided yourself on being independent your whole life. But what if I told you that the foggy vision you are experiencing right now might not be a permanent decline? What if that blurriness is actually a silent cry for help from muscles that are simply exhausted and stuck in a spasm? If your vision feels foggy, especially after reading or looking at screens, the 60-second reset I am about to show you may help your eyes feel calmer and clearer. It is not magic and it is not a medical cure-all, but it is about relaxing the muscles and restoring a better focus rhythm. It is easy to assume that every ache and pain is just part of the package of getting older, but sometimes what looks like aging is actually just exhaustion. Today, we are going to walk through a simple technique to reset your vision, but before we jump into that, if you care about staying healthy and independent, consider subscribing to our channel and turning on notifications. We share the kind of senior health tips that doctors often overlook because they are too busy to explain the little things. And let me ask you something. Are you watching this from the United States, the UK, Canada, or somewhere else entirely? Drop a comment below with where you are from, because I am always curious how far our senior health community reaches. Now, let us talk about what that blurry sensation actually is. When we go to the eye doctor, we are usually focused on the lens of the eye or the health of the retina. Those are the structural parts of the eye, but we often forget that the eye is controlled by muscles. Specifically, there is something called the ciliary muscle. Imagine you are holding a heavy grocery bag with your arm bent at the elbow. If you hold that bag for 10 seconds, it is fine. If you hold it for 10 minutes, your bicep starts to burn. If you hold it for an hour, your arm might start to shake or lock up. That is essentially what happens to your eyes when you stare at a screen or a book or even the road for too long. The ciliary muscle contracts to help you focus up close. When we do that for hours on end without a break, that muscle goes into a spasm. It gets stuck in that contracted position. So when you finally look up to see the clock on the wall or look out the window, everything looks blurry because that muscle cannot relax fast enough to change your focus. It is not that your eyes are broken, it is that they are cramping. This is often compounded by dryness. As we age, our tear production naturally slows down. But did you know that when you are concentrating on something, like reading a menu or watching the news, you blink significantly less? You might go from blinking 15 times a minute down to just 5. That means the protective layer of moisture on your eye evaporates. Imagine trying to look through a windshield that is dry and dusty versus one that has just been washed. That tear film is the first lens your eye looks through. When it is choppy and dry, the light scatters and the image becomes fuzzy. So we have a muscle spasm combined with a dry surface, and suddenly the world looks like an impressionist painting. It is frustrating and it makes you feel old, but understanding this mechanism is good news because muscles can be relaxed and moisture can be restored. This brings us to the solution, the 60-second eye reset. This is a technique designed to break that spasm and flood the eye with the oxygen and relaxation it needs. You can do this sitting in your armchair at the kitchen table or even in a parked car. I want you to listen to the steps first and then maybe try it along with me or save it for the next time you feel that strain coming on. The first step is about warmth and darkness. It is called palming. You are going to take your hands and rub them together vigorously for about 10 or 15 seconds. You want to create friction. Feel that heat building up between your palms. It is a bit like starting a fire on a cold day. Once your hands are nice and warm, I want you to gently cup them over your closed eyes. The heels of your hands should rest on your cheekbones and your fingers should cross over your forehead. The key here is not to press on your eyeballs. You want to create a little cave of darkness. Why do we do this? Well, light is stimulation. Every photon of light that hits your retina sends an electrical signal to your brain. Your brain has to process that. By creating total darkness, you are giving your optic nerve a rare moment of complete silence. It is like turning off a loud radio. The heat from your hands penetrates the eyelids and helps to thin the oils in your tear glands, making your tears flow more smoothly when you eventually open your eyes. It also physically relaxes that ciliary muscle we talked about. While you are sitting there with your eyes covered in the dark, seeing nothing but velvety blackness, I want you to focus on your breathing. This is the second part of the reset. Deep, deliberate breathing. Most of us, when we are straining to see or when we are stressed, hold our breath or take shallow sips of air, but your eyes are some of the most oxygen-hungry organs in your body. While your hands are cupped over your eyes, take a deep breath in through your nose for a count of 4. Feel your ribs expand. Hold it for just a second, and then exhale slowly through your mouth for a count of 6. Let your shoulders drop. Let your jaw unhinge. Let your tongue fall away from the roof of your mouth. Do that 3 times. With every exhale, imagine the tension behind your eyes melting like butter in a hot pan. You are telling your nervous system to switch from alert mode to rest mode. After about 30 to 40 seconds of this warmth and breathing gently, remove your hands, but keep your eyes closed for just another moment. Let your eyes adjust to the ambient light through your eyelids, then slowly flutter your eyes open. You might notice colors seem a bit brighter or edges seem a bit sharper just from that alone. But we are not done. We need to reset the focus distance. This leads us to the final 20 seconds of the reset, which is the active stretching. I want you to look at something far away. If you are inside, look out a window at a tree or a building across the street. If there is no window, look at the furthest corner of the room. Soften your gaze. Do not stare hard, just let your eyes receive the image. This engages your distance vision and forces that ciliary muscle to fully relax and lengthen. It is the opposite of the bicep curl. It is stretching the arm out. While looking at that distant point, try to become aware of your peripheral vision. Can you see the walls on the side or the floor below you without moving your eyes directly to them? Opening up your peripheral vision tells your brain that you are safe, and it reduces the tunnel vision stress that causes eye strain. Hold that soft panoramic gaze for 20 seconds. Blink softly and deliberately. 1, 2, 3. Just nice slow blinks to coat the eye in fresh tears. And that is it. That is the 60-second reset. It combines thermal therapy, relaxation, breathing, and optical stretching into 1 minute of self-care. If you are finding these tips useful so far, please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps spread the word to other seniors who might benefit from a little relief. And if you have not yet, do subscribe for more little-known health insights, because we are just getting started on how to protect your vision. Now, you might be wondering, when exactly should I use this? Is it a morning routine or a bedtime ritual? The answer is you should use it as a rescue remedy throughout your day. Think about the times your eyes feel the heaviest. For many of you, that is probably in the evening while watching television. You are staring at a bright box in a dim room. Your eyes are locked at a fixed distance for 30 minutes or an hour. If you start to feel that gritty sand in the eyes sensation during a commercial break, mute the TV and do the reset. Even just the palming part. It breaks the trance. Another crucial time is after reading. I know many of you love your morning paper or a good novel before bed, but reading is the #1 cause of near-point stress. If you finish a chapter and look up and the room is swimming, that is your cue. Instead of panicking, do the reset. It helps your eyes transition from the micro world of text to the macro world of your room. Driving is another scenario, but obviously you cannot cover your eyes while driving. However, you can use the principles. If you are driving at night and the glare from oncoming headlights is making you squint or feel tense when you come to a safe stop or a red light, practice the breathing. Consciously relax your jaw and blink intentionally. Staring without blinking is a major problem for night drivers. Reminding yourself to blink lubricates the eye and reduces the glare effect. However, even if you do this reset perfectly, there are 2 common mistakes that can cancel out all the benefits. And I see people doing these all the time. The first mistake is the knuckle rub. You know what I mean? Your eyes feel itchy or tired, so you take your knuckles and you dig them into your eye sockets and rub vigorously. It feels good in the moment, like scratching an itch. But this is actually dangerous, especially as we get older. Your cornea, which is the clear front window of your eye, is delicate. Aggressive rubbing can actually change the shape of the cornea over time, causing stigmatism, or making vision blurrier. It can also break the tiny blood vessels around the eye, leading to those dark circles or bloodshot eyes. Instead of rubbing, if your eyes itch, try a warm compress or just simple rapid blinking to generate tears. Treat your eyes like fine china, not like a dirty dish you are scrubbing. The second mistake is neglecting hydration. You might think drinking water has nothing to do with your vision, but the eye is filled with fluid. The vitreous humor, which is the jelly-like substance inside your eyeball, is 99% water. When you are dehydrated, that jelly can actually shrink slightly, pulling on the retina and causing flashes or floaters, and certainly contributing to dry eye. If you are doing the 60-second reset, but you have only had 1 cup of coffee all day, your eyes simply won't have the resources to create high-quality tears. So pair your eye reset with a glass of water. It is a simple combination that works wonders. It sounds ironic, doesn't it? The very things we do instinctively, like rubbing our eyes or squinting harder to see better, are actually making the problem worse. Who would have thought that the best way to see better is actually to stop trying so hard and just relax? It goes against our nature to push through, but your body responds much better to gentleness than to force. Now, I want to invite you to try something with me. I want to challenge you to a 7-day mini challenge. It is very simple. For the next week, I want you to commit to doing this 60-second reset just twice a day, maybe once mid-morning and once mid-evening, or anytime you feel that fog rolling in. You do not need to overhaul your entire life. Just 60 seconds twice a day. Here's what you might notice. On day 1, you might just feel a sense of relief, like taking off tight shoes. The blur might come back quickly, but you will have a moment of peace. By day 3, you might notice that your eyes do not feel as gritty in the evening. You might find that you are not reaching for the eye drops quite as often. And by day 7, pay attention to how quickly your focus snaps back after you look up from a book. That lag time between looking at a page and seeing the clock clearly usually shortens. You are retraining the muscle to be flexible again. Imagine waking up and not immediately feeling like you have sand in your eyes. Imagine reading a letter from a grandchild without having to constantly wipe your eyes or adjust the light. That is the difference these small tweaks can make over time. It is not about turning back the clock 20 years. It is about making the years you have now more comfortable and vivid. It might feel a bit unsettling to realize how much strain we put our eyes through without noticing. But remember, knowledge is power. Now that you know you can make simple changes to protect your health, you do not need expensive equipment or surgery to start treating your eyes with more kindness. I hope you are taking notes or at least making a mental checklist. By the way, if you are enjoying this, tap the like button. Lets me know I am helping, and it helps others find this video too. Let us briefly recap so you walk away with a clear plan. Blurry vision is often caused by a locked up focus muscle and dry eyes. To fix it, use the 60-second reset. Warm your hands and palm your eyes to create darkness. Breathe deeply to lower stress. Then gaze into the distance to stretch the muscle. Avoid rubbing your eyes with your knuckles and remember to drink water. It is all about giving your body what it needs and avoiding the sneaky things that cause harm. Remember, your body is always trying to heal and strengthen itself. All we have to do is give it the right fuel and care. Growing older might be inevitable, but growing weaker or losing your connection to the world does not have to be. Your eyes are your window to the world. They are how you see the faces of the people you love, how you navigate your home, how you enjoy the beauty of a sunset. They deserve 60 seconds of your time. I know getting older is hard. The aches, the fear of losing mobility or senses, it can be scary and discouraging. But you are not alone in this, and it is not too late to turn things around. Every small step you take, every deep breath, every moment of rest you give, your eyes is strengthening your future freedom. One moment, one blink at a time, you are taking charge of your health. Now, I would love to hear from you. Which of these steps surprised you the most? Do you struggle more with dry eyes or that trouble focusing after reading? Share your story or any questions in the comments below. I read every single one, and we all learn from each other. What change are you going to make after watching this? Let us know in the comments. Your plan might inspire someone else here. If you are still with me and determined to keep your vision sharp, type the word done in the comments. Just that one word done to show that you are committed to trying this reset. Your voice matters here. If this video helped you or opened your eyes even a little, please hit the like button. It means a lot. And do not forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss out on important health insights that could improve your life. We have plenty more science-backed tips for thriving in your golden years because your health and independence are worth fighting for. Stay strong, stay healthy, and remember, your independence is carried by your ability to see the world clearly. Keep taking those small steps for your health. They add up to giant strides in your freedom.